Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another SOP informative but fun live stream. Hope you enjoyed the sandwich I tried to, or salad I tried to make there. Actually, I didn't make it. But that being said, let's welcome our guests. We have Crazy Uncle Al and our friend from Department of Homeland Security, Gil, family compound. So, good evening, folks. Tonight's about calories. Would either of you gentlemen like to chime in before I get into the spiel?
Uh, let's see. Calories. The calories we're talking about are actually 1,000 calories on the temperature scale generation thing. A little science tidbit. If I'm going to, the science that talks calories and we talk calories, there's 1,000 difference between them.
Okay, I'm going to cut it clear and short for the people in back of the class. If you goof it up, it's like this. If you overdo it, it's like this. Okay, Dave.
All right,
That
here we
way.
go. So, I'm going to read this, and it's going to be kind of boring a little bit, but it has some good things in here. And the reason I'm going to read it is that way I don't mess it up, because my brain works faster than my mouth sometimes. So, calories, as we already know, are a simple measurement of energy. It's a known fact to gain weight, more calories need to be eaten than you use. To lose it, you need to burn more calories. Yes, I'm missing certain pieces. We're going to go over 5 tips to help maintain it. Sorry. Eat more protein. And I will verify this. I've changed to a high protein diet, and I'm actually losing weight again after putting some back on. But anywho, if you go into Tinker's wife and Stringfield and Michael and Heaven's Essentials so far. Anyway, from personal experience, by eating more protein, my metabolism went back to where it was when I was young. It's to the point where while I'm sleeping, I'll wake up sweating because my metabolism is working overdrive. So eating more protein in your diet will actually help cause your body to burn more calories while you're active. Eating more protein can help fight cravings. As you can see, one study showed 25% of daily calories from protein reduced obsessive thoughts about food by 60% and could cut the desire for late night snacking by 50%. I will agree with that. 2, avoid sugary soft drinks and fruit juices. This includes sodas, fruit juices, chocolate milk, and other beverages with added sugar. I'm sorry, I like my chocolate milk, so does Charles. Yeah, we'll skip through all the small talk. Another one that I will verify is drinking more water. Normally when I work out, I usually have my coffee, or I should say I used to have my coffee. Hey, Liberty. But now when I'm working out, during exercises of any kind, I make sure I have at least 64 ounces of water in front of me. And while I'm working out, I drink that, and there's no hunger pangs of any kind during or for about the first 2 hours after a workout. So drinking more water, I can verify, will help decrease the cravings. Let's see, go to number 4, exercise and lift weights. And the easiest exercise that you can do is get off your booty and go out walking. If you build up slowly, unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot to show you. The first 2 weeks I was doing this. I was walking maybe 7,000 steps a day. After that, I increased it to anything over 12,000. And some days I hit as much as 17,000 steps in a day. Hold on. No, I have not, Tinker's wife. I have not heard that name. Hey, Ryan. Where was I? Yeah. Oh, steps. And when I increased the number of steps, the amount of weight I was losing drastically increased. I went from losing a pound a week to a pound a day, which is what put me in the hospital from dehydration and exhaustion and my heart going pity pat, pity pat. So I had to take about 2 weeks off to give my body a chance to recuperate, which allowed me to put on weight again. I wound up putting 15 pounds back on. Now I'm in the process of losing it again at a much slower pace. I'm gonna work on a pound or two a week instead of a day. But lifting weights is also a good one. The downside to lifting weights while working out, and don't worry, we'll get into the calorie stuff here in a little bit. The downside to it is putting on muscle mass. For every pound of weight you lose, you gain an inch of muscle mass, you're actually putting on 2 pounds of weight. So you have to balance between work. If you're trying to lose weight and not worry about anything else, oh, here, let me get rid of that banner real quick. If you're trying to lose weight and not add anything back, then I suggest you don't lift weights. If you're trying to rebuild muscle mass and lose weight, then you're going to have to, pay attention to your calorie count, which is what we'll get into here in a minute. And reduce your carb intake. Now, and I've already discussed this. That's usually the most flavorful part. I can't speak. Flavorful part of your meals. So, losing carbs is kind of, hit and miss for some people. There are other ways to monitor that, and that's what we're going to get into here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one. This is this is some calories that are from some common foods. As you can see there, they got apples, bananas, strawberries, broccoli, eggplant. Somebody shoot it. And then you see, one slice of bread. Regular white bread is 75 calories just for one piece of bread. But it's the carbs in that you got to watch out for. Hey, Liberty. Eggs, pizza, and your milks and stuff like that. So that just gives you a basic idea of calories of some common foods. I was going to get into a whole bunch more calorie stuff as far as certain foods, but that would take a couple hours. So I'm going to get rid of that window too. This is an online calorie counter or calorie suggestion thing. It's a calorie calculator. Now there's metric and other units. I've got my information already plugged in, and this is going to give you an idea of what you need to maintain your calories. And it says to maintain weight, 3119 calories a day. Mild weight loss, 2,800 to 1 pound a week, it's 2,600. Extreme weight loss, 2,100. I say these numbers are bunk. I think they're overly rated. And let me show you why I think that as soon as I pull something up here real quick. I'm using two computers, so give me a moment. And this is why I say, hold on, get that back off my screen. Thank you. All right. This is the average calorie count for the world. And as you can see, the U.S. leads the world in calorie intake. That's why I think these numbers over here on the other screen are completely bunk. Because if you look at the U.S., the majority of the population in the U.S. is overweight through thyroid problems or whatever. Hey, plain old Chuck. Yeah, carbs will get you every time. But you go down here to North Korea, and they are usually very skinny people. Partially due to the communist government. I didn't say that though. But they have a much lower calorie intake. Now, there's other countries on here that I could name, Al's familiar with One Nation, that will verify that caloric intake from proper eating will keep you healthy, fit, and skinnier than those of us who order Grubhub every other day. Because McDonald's is not healthy. No, it's not, folks. Really, it's not. All right, now back over to my other screen. So what are ways to monitor? Well, this is an app that I use, and I will put my email address. So if you decide to use this app, you can use it for free. It is both a PC and mobile based. So whether you have a mobile phone that works well, or if all you have is a PC, you can use it on both. Let me add my email address real quick. So if you decide to use this app and you want to have some sort of support, you can add me as a friend in the app. There's a way to do that. And I'll put out a separate video just on this app next week. So I'll go into more in depth on how to do it. But as you can see on this app, I didn't eat nothing for breakfast today because I had a headache and went back to bed. But the main drink here is actually a protein drink. It's a Weight Builders protein drink. So I have one of those for lunch. I had a nice big salad for dinner, had another protein drink for a snack, and you can monitor your exercise. That's not updated. I haven't updated it yet. Give it a second, because I know I don't have as many steps left. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, maybe I do. Anywho, but it allows you to track your exercises. You can go in the app and you can add or take away. It also allows you to look at your day. Because see, I still have, it said I had 1,900 to play with. I earned an extra 865 calories by exercising. It says I still have 1,677 calories I can eat today to maintain body weight, which I'm not in the process of maintaining. I want to lose. I want to get back to the size I was in the military. But you can monitor your day, your week, and as you can see, Monday I was well under. Tuesday and Wednesday, not so much. And you can also track your nutrients. How many grams of regular fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrates, fiber, sugars, and protein. So you can monitor your micronutrients, which is one way to help maintain a healthy body as well as lose weight. And if you have friends, which I don't, I mean, I do, but not on here. You can leave each other comments. You can see what each other's doing to help give each other moral support. You can track your weight. See, no friends. Anywho, but that is one way to help monitor and maintain a weight. Now, getting back into the whole top part up here. For me, at my age, it says I should, I have 1,900 calories that I can eat a day to maintain it. Well, that's considering good times. Well, what if we're in a grid down situation and all you've got is survival food that is not healthy in any way, shape, or form? Yes, Gil, I know. Just not on the app, silly boy. Anywho, in a grid down situation, and you're stuck eating survival foods, which is high in sodium, high in saturated fat, some of them. Some of it's not that bad. Some of them have a lot of fiber in them. Some of them have extra sugars. Having an app like this, mind you, that's provided you keep a phone in an ESD bag, and you can have access to it in a grid down situation, which I do recommend. Keep at least one phone of one type or both in an ESD bag. So if things go south and there's no internet, you could still track stuff like this. Because if you don't monitor and maintain your caloric intake, your micronutrients as you're eating these foods, you can literally starve yourself to death and weigh 500 pounds. Okay, and there's ample proof out there of that. So being able to monitor and maintain. Now, Gil sent me some pictures earlier, and they are of some survival foods, and he's got his mic muted. So I don't know if he wants to talk or not.
I'm here. I just didn't want the background noise to come in and override you.
Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and make, oh, hold on. I want to do something else first. Let me check real quick. That way we can, okay, I'm going to throw that screen. That one. So now I can see everybody up here. Okay, I'm going to add this. Can y'all see that okay?
Let's see.
I may need to make it just a little bit bigger.
Yeah. What's weird, Dave, on the StreamYard, it's nice and sharp, but on iNoid, let me change the setting over here. Yeah, okay. For some reason, YouTube took it to the lowest setting. There we go. Now I can read it on YouTube. Yeah, you may have to. People may have to adjust the setting because mine automatically set down to the 144 instead of 480.
All right, these are recommended caloric intakes for a day. Okay, I like these numbers a lot better than what that calorie calculator said because they're more realistic.
Yeah.
So find your age bracket, and if you just sit on your booty, shame on you. But this is what, the sedentary, that's what they say you should eat to maintain yourself. Now, if you go look at a bag of survival, how can my volume be that low? Hold on. I can turn it up a little bit more, but I really don't want to because then it really hurts my ears. But I'll fix it.
Turn the volume on your headphones down.
Yeah, but then it turns you down too.
Oh.
Anywho, like I said, if you're sitting on your butt, shame on you, get active. But those are the numbers that are for sedentary. Now, if you open up, and do you have one of those bags handy, Gil?
No, I don't, but I got the pictures here.
Okay. Well,
Let me.
just grab one. Anyone.
Big here. And okay. What do you want? Do you want to just read off it or do you want me to share it?
Go ahead and share it.
Okay.
I'm going to bounce between that and this here, back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so let's look at these calories here. Calories, 280 per serving. It says there's what?
1 cup serving.
And it says there's 3 servings per bag. So if you make that and you just sit on your booty, you could eat that whole thing and you still haven't reached enough calories to maintain anything. And you've also ingested a whole lot of other stuff that isn't helping you much at all. Look at your carbs, 14% carbs. Only 4% of that is from your dietary fibers. The rest of it's from sugars. There's a 14% protein, which isn't too bad. Potassium is a good thing. Look at all that sodium.
Oh, yeah.
Between your total fats and your cholesterol, that's a little high as well. So in a survival situation, while these foods are great, if you are active, let's just pick somebody middle-aged. We'll go to 19 to 30 male. 26 to 2,800 if you're active, moderately active, 3,000 if you're very active. In a survival situation, if you're doing your part in your group, or if you're lone wolfing it, you're going to be hitting at 3,000. How many bags of that food are you going to have to eat a day to maintain and not starve yourself to death?
Yeah. Hey, Dave, I just also noticed something else on that label.
What's that?
Okay, let me get my mouse. Okay, down here, percent daily values are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Your daily values may be higher or lower depending on your calorie needs.
So
And
now
so-
if you're a very active, middle-aged person, male, 29 to 30, or 19 to 30, whatever it was, and it says you need to eat 3,000 calories per day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to eat 2 bags of this in one day.
I got to put my 2 cents in worth, guys.
Please.
Okay, look at the total fat content and you see where it says saturated fat. Okay, if you don't have trans fats below it, you're going to have a clogging issue. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about?
Yep.
If you've been to a heart doctor, you should. Saturated fats are what plug your arteries. Trans fat is a good fat, which is what most good virgin olive oil is a trans fat. Your canola, your vegetable oils, they're saturated fats. So these survival foods, while these labels say, hey, we're great for you, they're really not.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and conversely, MREs are in the same boat. While they're slightly better for you than this, they're still pretty bad. So that's why a lot of preppers go through and home can their stuff. Now, I don't have the stuff here for me to do that, unfortunately.
Okay, that number on the screen there, that's the calories for eating the entire bag of the soup mix yourself. And then, or whatever mix this is. No, this isn't soup. This is oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. This is Mountain House, but I forget which serving this is. And if you had 2 of those bags, you'd still only have eaten 1,600 calories, yet you'd be way over your sodium for the day.
Which
Also
now, if you're active, you'll sweat a lot of that sodium back out.
True.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're going to drink a lot of water doing it.
Not to mention the water that you're going to be using to cook these foods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, which is why most preppers can foods. Now, I have a house full of canned goods, store-bought canned goods. So all I need is a little bit of heat, and I can eat somewhat healthy and maintain a decent caloric intake. The point I'm trying to make is, or at least one of the points anyway, is
Okay.
I'll let you find another one.
No, I'm just telling you, find out what that was. That was the rice and let me bring it up this second here. That was the rice and chicken meal from Mountain House.
So that's why it has some protein. It has some freeze-dried chicken in it.
And then you, yeah.
But if you look at the numbers and you find your age, not your weight, your age, and no, ladies, I'm not going to ask for you to say anything. That's taboo. We understand that as guys. Anywho, find your ages in there and look at the calorie count. Find an app that you can monitor your calorie count, which is why I like the Lose It app. It is a great app. I've got it on my Apple. I'm going to put it on my Android and put that in an ESD bag. Okay, Tinker's wife, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Hold on, I'm just reading chat.
Okay. In response to what I think it was Seven Essentials said it there. See, it's about probably has a bunch of preservatives. I'm looking in it, and actually, the Mountain House stuff doesn't have that much in the way of preservatives, because they when they freeze dry their stuff, they inject nitrogen into the bag to displace all the oxygen.
Yep. So there's no need for preservatives, and the same with most other survival groups or survival food groups.
Yeah.
Liberty, I agree. A person who is working hard, sweating half the day long, Just like I've showed. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I don't remember if I. It's not gonna do it that way. Hold on, let me take that off again. It's not gonna let me do it. Okay, it quit. All right, hold on. I gotta find it.
Well, Dave's looking for that little comic humor. I will save everybody's life. Send me $2.17, and I will. Let's see. I will eat. I can't see it. Dang it. Half blind. I will eat this entire thing to save all you Americans from being overweight. I will eat. Let's see what it says. 3 Whoppers, 3 cheeseburgers, 3 small French fries in one setting on video. So send your $2.17. Did you find it, Dave?
I did. I just have to go.
Okay. And back to Dave over here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to put something else ahead.
All right. As you can see, this is from the 5th of last month. And this way you guys can see I've been using it a while. But as you can see, I do eat a variety of things. Chicken broccoli soup with crackers. I'm watching what I'm eating. And the nice thing about this app, and like I say, I will do a whole video just on this app next week. You can scan foods into the app, so the app knows what you're eating. And up here at the very top, where you see no extra line, that day I was completely under my entire calorie count. This bar was way down here because of the amount of exercise I did. On the first, about half, and so on and so forth. I'm able to monitor and maintain. As I exercise, it gives me a net extra of calories. So, and this is when I was down at weighing 220 or 212, I mean. So I had a lower budget. But with exercise, it allowed me to maintain extra calories and maintain my food. But the downside of that is if you're eating the wrong stuff, it's not going to do you a lick of good. What you got there, Gil?
No, it's just sending my wife the other thing that's we're going to lose a few people here in a minute for. That way I can stay here and she can go look at it. All right, I need to bring this other thing back up here.
So we're waiting for Gil?
Nope.
Oh, I'm just
He's noodling his computer over there.
yeah, I'm multitasking here.
Well, you're noodling, guys. Please read this book and lose some weight, because Uncle Alan has a problem. It's not the caloric content. I like to eat a lot, so I have to reduce my portions. So my nephews gave me this because you
See what he
haven't
did with
seen
it,
how
folks. He just threw it behind him like, yeah, I'll read it later. Not.
I have this. But I have a problem. I tend to overeat. And my nephews know this because that's a serious part. I got down from 275 down to 202 pounds. I still got 50 more pounds to go. Trouble with the other diet, it affects me weird. I gain weight on a juice diet. And also, I go a hunger craving for meat.
Yep.
Because I told Dave, after 5 days on a juice diet, I ate a pound and a half of steak tartare. Without the egg, without the horseradish, just ate it.
And that's another thing too, is if you're going to go on a diet to lose weight in the good times, like right now where you have access to quality food, either be it at the store or your own garden. Hey, Kaylin. You need to be cautious about how you do it. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not offering any medical advice. I'm just saying what worked for me. When I started, I was only eating one meal a day, which I've been doing that for the last, 30 years. Driving truck, you only eat one meal a day. But I didn't monitor what I ate. I just ate until I was full, which meant I usually ate pretty big meals. I can put away 2 pounds of hamburger and a full thing of mashed potatoes by myself. Okay, I can eat. I like my food, but that does not. Well, it's not going to help me lose weight. It's just going to make me gain it, which is why I decided, with a little prodding from a neighbor, to start exercising. And I decided I wanted to get back down to where I used to be, albeit 30 years ago. It's a lot of weight to try and get rid of. It's a lot of bad habits to break. Which one's that, Gil? Is that the same one?
Yeah, I'm just here.
There's that one.
There's that one. Let's see if I can get this other one here. It's a little bit better here. This is the, yeah, this one's in a little bit more focus. So this is a different brand. I got it from Emergency Essentials. It was sort of like an in-store house brand they have. Now they have 3 soups, and then actually all 4 of them are soups. And the barley vegetable and the bacon, potato bacon. You notice how they spelled the bacon with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but the sodium levels on this is a bit lower. Of course, also the calories are at least half of what the other one was. But this one at least has all the list of vitamins and stuff in there.
Yep.
Right.
Which is why I also, seeing as how I know basically not eat much more than just a salad for dinner, I take the vitamins that I do every day. I mean, I've showed you guys in the past, I take 4 different bottles every day. I take vitamin C, vitamin D citrate, vitamin B complex, and one a day.
Joseph is
Hi, Gil's kid.
Yep.
So, Dave, what was you going to finish off with?
Oh, I just, if you're eating less foods that you're used to eating that was giving you the vitamins, if you were eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and you're cutting back on what you're eating, make sure you supplement your food with vitamins to make sure that you're not taking the risk of putting yourself into a situation like scurvy. Scurvy is a severe lack of vitamin C, which ocean-faring people will be happy to explain to you in gross detail.
And on the this one of all the soups that I got here, one of the items listed as what's in the kit, besides the flashlight, the first aid kit, the pot, the cooking stove and stuff, is vitamin pills. It has dietary supplements in there because they know it's not providing enough.
Okay, for those folks that doesn't know, I do microgreens and I sprout. So I don't have that problem. Excuse me. Because,
Well, go ahead.
Dave, do you sprout or not?
No, I don't. I don't have any windows in the kitchen to do it with. I got 2 windows. That one which faces the south, the other one which faces the north. The one at the north is shaded constantly, and this one is shaded over half the day.
Yeah.
Now, here's the interesting thing on this bucket of the soups. It says 6 days of food for 2 people, and it has the asterisk right here. Then over on the side here, you can't hardly read it, but I can read it here. It says 5 servings of food per day per person. So that the servings listed isn't, 1 serving per meal, 3 meals a day. It's 5 servings. So basically it's 5 meals a day. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, supper, and dinner.
And if you're active, that is actually the best way to eat, which is where I was going, is I used to only eat 1 meal a day. And for, the walking I was doing, that was great. I could walk half the day, eat my 1 meal. Problem is, I lost too much weight too fast, put my body into shock, caused other issues. Now I had to slow down. I talked to a dietitian, and she said 3 small meals a day, which I'm doing my own version of, will help keep my body at a more balanced level. So as I'm losing weight, my body doesn't go all wonky like it already did once. So eating, like they're saying on there, smaller portions multiple times a day is better for weight loss, maintaining it, or muscle building than just going one big meal a day and then trying to work it all off.
Yeah. The same thing with you, especially with your vitamins. If you're taking vitamins and it says, like some of them will say 2 of these pills a day or 3 of these pills a day. If you take them all at one shot,
It's a waste.
and then 2 hours later you take a pee, what color is your pee? Bright yellow. It's loaded with all those vitamins just coming right out.
Mm.
And if you want to improve your garden, take the pea and put it outside and feed your plants a healthy vitamin-rich pea.
Actually, Martha at Old School Prepper was doing an experiment on using urine to fertilize plants and stuff. Michael, a good multivitamin.
Talk to a nutritionist
Yeah.
Right.
because everybody's body is different. Everybody's metabolism is different.
And if you're, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
I was just going to say, it depends on what your current food intake is. You could be wasting a lot of the vitamin that you're taking because of the diet you currently have.
Yeah.
Now, see,
And
my
also-
diet is. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
Because we have different dietary. I have a dietitian too, like Dave does. I also suffer from 2 strokes. I'm diabetic, and I got to watch on my vitamin intake because there's some supplements that screws up with my diabetic medication, and they got me on Spectrum Silver for diabetics because I am really bad diabetic because I weigh 275 and I recently down to 202 pounds. I'm trying to fight my weight, which is really bad. So I study always food. And this is for Kaylin. If you want to learn about food rationing and why they cook the way they do, read that book. That goes back to the 1870s. Okay, back to Dave.
I forgot where I was at. Oops.
You were talking about certain people with dietary
Yes.
vitamin restriction.
The vitamins I need, depending on my current lifestyle, because I smoke, which means I need to take more vitamin C per day than Gil does, who does not smoke. Because smoking depletes vitamin C in your body. So if Gil has to take 2 vitamin C tablets, one in the morning, one in the evening, not at night, in the evening, to maintain his level of daily required vitamin C, I actually have to take 3, morning, noon, and night. That way I maintain it. And you'll find that out by talking to your dietitian. So instead of just taking one multivitamin, you may not be getting the vitamins you need to maintain a healthy body. You may be missing out or overloading yourself depending on your current diet and other stuff. Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to show one more thing. This is another nice thing about the app. If you're a premium member, you can set goals. So if you're trying to rebuild yourself like I am, you can set goals. And as you can see, almost all my bars, except the bottom one, which is my waist size has gone down, and I'm slowly rebuilding the other areas that I have listed here. In order to do that, I have to monitor my caloric intake. Again, going back to the whole, the survival food thing is, the foods you have stored. Most every prepper says, store what you eat what you store. But if all you're storing is survival foods and you're not eating it, and you start eating that because that's all you've got, you're going to deprive your body of major nutrients you need to survive. You will weigh 500 pounds and you'll be as weak as a newborn baby. You will have no energy. And that's the reason I'm trying to get people to understand a caloric intake. Start monitoring it now while you can, so you get a better idea of what you need to be healthier. I'm not saying everybody here is not healthy. Don't take me wrong. But I know up until recently, most of us probably never even bothered to watch our calorie count unless you're on a keto diet or something like that. You know, most of us, I never did. I didn't care about it. My neighbor, she wanted to start working out, and I said, well, I'll do it. And then she's the one that showed me this app. And I've fallen in love with the app because it allows me to maintain and monitor what I'm doing. I can see the micronutrients. I can see if I've had too much fat for one meal, because I was using my favorite dressing, blue cheese. I love my blue cheese dressing. And while my calorie intake for the day was okay, the fat content and the carb content was through the roof compared to the protein and other micronutrients I need. So I had to quit using my favorite blue cheese.
Yep.
I'm now using fat-free zesty Italian.
Yeah.
Not as
Or if
good.
you want to be more healthier, balsamic vinegar and olive oil.
No thanks. I'm getting enough slippery stuff in the zesty. I'm good with that.
Let me show you. I showed this to Dave earlier. Now, me and Dave have to agree we like flavoring, but a lot of us don't know how to use flavoring right. Right, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, I showed this on Gil's channel. That's clarified butter. It's $5 a box, but it has 5 packs. It's not you carry in your backpack, no problem. Okay. Now this is not trans fat, but I like to use coconut oil. And this also you could transport it. It's 5 packs. I do have a wholesaler's license, so instead of $5 or $4 a box with this one, I can carry this in my backpack. And you could, if you look in back of this, you can fry eggs, add it to oatmeal smoothies, salad veggies, a top popcorn, and make a grilled cheese.
Yep.
That's in case anybody wants to go outside, camp far in the woods, and they don't have refrigerators out there, folks.
No, and you can make your own ghee. Ghee is actually pretty easy to make. There are several channels out there. Prep Steaders is probably the best, in my personal opinion. She is phenomenal when it comes to some of this stuff. I'd never heard it, seen it, learned it until I started watching her channel. And there are certain vines that you see growing in the sidewalk. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head, but guess what? It's edible. People call it a weed. It's edible, kind of like dandelions. So go check out Prep Steaders.
I forgot what it was too. I remember.
It begins with a P, and I can't think of it right off the top.
Yeah,
of my
right.
head. But so if you want to learn how to make your own ghee, because I'm not doing cooking videos no more. Sorry. I'll leave that for people who are better at it than I is. But go check out Prep Steaders for how to make ghee. G-E-E or G-H-E-E, I'm sorry. Yeah, that stuff. Because you can make it yourself. Any questions in the side chat?
Hello, Nikki, St. Lorraine.
See if I missed anything.
Okay, I'm just trying to type something else in. There it goes into the chat.
No problem.
The mag on there is magnesium because that helps your muscles to relax so you don't get muscle cramps at night.
And another thing you have to consider too, and a good dietitian will warn you of this, is when you are working out, be it walking, dancing, at the club, whatever. I don't think anybody here dances at the club, but I dance here in the house where nobody can watch. Anyway, I use weights when I do it, so I'm actually doing a fair bit of cardio when I do it. But what you have to watch out for is when you start taxing your muscles, when they start to rest, you can build up a toxin, a poison in your body from the acid and stuff that your muscles release as you work them out. So you have to make sure you know how to deal with that.
I forgot the name of the acid.
I can't
It's like
think of it.
vinegar.
It doesn't taste like vinegar though.
No, it's same word.
Similar.
Similar, yeah. Sorry, Dave.
That's all right. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it starts with an A.
Mhm.
Oh, what Dave and Gil also didn't mention is I've been reading this, and you might have digestive issues if you only eat pure survival foods.
Oh, you will.
Oh, yeah. Trouble is, I have a cure for it, and I had some of my nephews and grandnephews had problems eating their special food. So everybody got a dose of castor oil, olive oil, what was it? Mineral oil, and also cod liver oil. Went through all 16 of them, gave them each a dose.
Lactic acid.
Yep.
That's
I know.
it.
I was looking it up. Lactic
I
acid.
thought it was an A. Hi,
Well,
LV.
it's a second letter.
Hey, all of you. Anywho, do I track my vitamin D level? There are apps out there where you can check and monitor your vitamin D level. Actually, there are apps, and you can scan the little barcodes on your bottles. Oops, wrong direction. And yeah, I gotta replace that one soon. You can monitor and maintain a track of your vitamin intake.
Right.
The reason I don't use one of those is because I've got the bottles in front of me. I take them every day and I know what I'm taking. Most
Right.
of those applications are for people who take regular medications, and some medications will actually decrease a vitamin's efficiency as you take it. So your doctor or nutritionist will tell you, hey, if you got to take this medication, you may want to track your vitamin levels to make sure as you're taking the medication and your vitamins, you're keeping your vitamins at the proper levels. So
Right.
that's why I said earlier, Al over here, his vitamin intake for certain vitamins is a lot higher than mine because of the medications he has to take and the dietary restrictions he's got, where Gil's are lower than mine because he's in probably 10 times better shape than I am. And mine are kind of more in the middle to high range.
Right. Folks, you also got to understand I got stomped by a Holstein bull, so my body hasn't recovered that good. And LV, I do have a blood test every month by my doctors and dietitian because I'm prescribed vitamin D. That's medical vitamin D. That's not for general use. You can't get it at the supermarket or the vitamin store. That has to be subscribed to a doctor, and they have to monitor your blood on that. Because seriously, folks, Uncle Al's not that great a shape.
And you want to know what's really funny? Not to bring up the red dragon and all this stuff. The only vitamin so far that has proven any effectiveness is, vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why since February of this year, myself, Gil, Doc Bones, and Nurse Amy have all been touting, take your vitamin D, dang it.
Now, don't forget, though, vitamin D does need a little bit of vitamin C to help it work and a little bit of vitamin E to help it work.
Yep. I also
So
have those two prescribed too.
Yep. So you know what? If you can't take vitamin D tablets or liquids, because there is some vitamin D liquid, get you off your butt and get yourself out in that sun, because you get the most vitamin D from being out in the sunlight. Sorry, I know that's going to hit somebody below the belt, and I'm sorry, I don't mean it to be that way, but get off your booty.
Right. And also you have to be careful. Some people, you have to be careful on you. It's like vitamin A and vitamin D. You can't toxify yourself. That's why Uncle Alan has a monthly blood test where they jab me with needles to take blood out of me.
Damn vampires anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Michael, zinc is not the vitamin, it's the mineral that goes with the vitamin.
Yep.
And yes, blood tests. Same as if you're iron deficient. And
Yep.
you'll know you have an iron deficiency if you feel like you have dementia. but
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have dementia. Or if you feel like you have fainting spells, or if you get up and the room is constantly spinning, called vertigo, that's usually a high sign that you are iron deficient.
That's why. Go
Immediately,
ahead,
you
Dave.
need to check yourself into your physician's office and say, Doc, I'm experiencing all of these. I heard there might be an iron deficiency issue. Can we check it, please? And have your doctor do the proper tests. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Al's, or Gil's. Go do your research. While we have knowledge, we do research. Not everything out there in the world is 100% accurate. We do make mistakes. We are human. And once in a while, we may come across 2 or 3 articles that say, hey, this is the right thing, and we could be wrong. So do your own research, talk to your own medical professionals before starting any kind of diet or caloric restrictions or whatever you're going to do, or even working out. Talk to your doctor and find yourself a nutritionist, because you could do yourself severe damage if you don't do it properly.
Right.
And that was the legal disclaimer for this episode.
Anybody else got anything? Gil?
Nothing off the top of my head.
Dave?
No, not at
Okay.
the moment.
You have to be careful on certain things. Like me, I'm elderly and I take a lot of medication. Also, I'm still recovering from 2 strokes and a stomp by a Holstein bull. So, a high urban pepper. And
Hey, Irvin.
I do like to eat, and like Dave over here, he likes flavors. So do I. And I tell a lot of people, easiest thing is get a cookbook. Because during the last, whatever, half my family came over to my house because they keep complaining. My wife doesn't know how to cook. Mom doesn't know how to cook. Mom keeps calling Grubhub. We don't know what this is, Uncle Alan, but the dogs won't eat it when we threw it underneath the table. You know, it's like, why do you come over my house and eat all my food? You cook better, Uncle Al. You cook real food, but they're diet food, but it tastes better.
Urban asked what the book was, because when you put it up, we couldn't
Oh,
see the
sorry.
title. A little bit lower. There you go. Great American Camping Cookbook.
That solves 2 problems, bugging in and bugging out.
Yeah. One point, if you can find it, and it's probably, and that makes it a part of that becomes part of the problem, is that most multivitamins are 1 pill a day. You can easier find things like the glucosamine pills for your knee joints are like 2 or 3 pills a day, because hey, they know you need to spread it out.
Hey, Nikki.
You can find vitamin C in lower doses that you can take multiple times a day. But usually your multivitamins are usually, oh, here's 1 big shot. That's all you need. Take the horse pill.
So if anybody was wondering how did the bull get me, the bull was in the cage, you know, the constrictor. Gil knows what I'm talking about. It holds down the Holstein bull so it doesn't hurt you. At the time, I had an 18 gauge needle with a syringe full of antibiotics that I was going to shoot it in its testicles. Unfortunately, Mr. Bull did not like it, broke the cage. Cage fell on Uncle Al, and the bull did a little tap dance on me. If it wasn't for the cage, I would be dead, because the cage left me about that much space so the car wouldn't, like Uncle Al pizza.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital, was in a coma for about 7 weeks, and I woke up. I had so many tubes. I was pooing in a tube, peeing in a tube, breathing through a tube. Still haven't recovered from that.
All right, and back to Gil's point. Okay, this is a multivitamin. This is 1 tablet of vitamin C. See the difference in size? Okay, I'm not going to get this much vitamin C out of this itty bitty tablet. Now, yes, there's a lot of filler in here. Okay, and filler is what makes the pills bigger to a degree. But that's why I take 4 different vitamins to make sure I get exactly what I need according to my dietitian. So make sure, again, don't take my word for it. Don't think you can take what I'm taking and suddenly start feeling better, because it may not work for you. Probably won't work for you. I'm going to say
Yeah.
it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, and
Go find a dietitian.
don't expect it to be an overnight. Ooh, boom! I'm Popeye. I just ate my spinach. I feel great now.
No, it will take. For me, I noticed the best results about 2 months after I started taking everything. And that was for my body to get back on a level, even keel, where it was supposed to be in the first place. So as I worked out, as I watched my calories coming in, and I watched the calories I was burning, and started rebuilding muscle mass, that the vitamins actually felt like they were doing some good. But it took almost 2 full months for me to start feeling at a better level than I had the previous 2 months. So it's just like getting rich. It's not going to happen overnight.
It's like also learning skills. Now I'm going to cut out early tonight because I have to cook and I got to start the fire in the charcoal grill with flint and steel. I got steaks and I'm eating one medium rare cooked on a charcoal grill, old school style, bloody red. Catch you guys later. Catch you folks later. Have a nice night. Listen to Dave and Gil right here. And Gil, what time is your show again on Friday?
Friday is 7 o'clock Pacific, 8 Mountains, 8, 9, and 10 Eastern. So yeah.
Yeah, let's see, where the heck is that button? There.
Right there. All right. Yeah, we'll probably wrap this up here in another minute or two.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So anybody else have any questions in the side chat, or Gil, you have anything?
Just that. All right. The stuff I had there, we showed the pictures of the Mountain House and the other brand. That's the reason I got that is that's for, we need to go. That's to get us from point A to point B in the car, and whatever like that. It's not meant to be, all right, that's what we're going to be living on here.
Right. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. And one of the things on it, that, all the different varieties of stuff out there, the ones that we got, the different buckets we got and stuff, have stuff that we like. Spaghetti, chili mac, rice, the rice and chicken, stuff like that, that's not, we're not going to go, yeah. So it's going to be, something that, that we eat spaghetti all the time. We have chili mac once in a while, stuff like that, not stuff that we're, never had, don't know what it's going to taste like. Yeah, we don't want to break into it to find out what it tastes like because it's so daggone expensive.
Right. Tim, the person that I would suggest you go watch would be Prepsteaders. She has many videos on supplements like Morning Yes and all that other stuff. She goes through details on a lot of different plants that grow right in the front yard that most people consider obtrusive, nasty, invasive weeds that are edible. So I would go check out Prepsteaders.
And hang on a second here.
Are you trying to find it?
I'm bringing it up. She only has 255,000 followers.
Yeah, she's been doing it a long time.
Copy,
That's
go
Schwartz.
back here, and the paste. Okay, there's Prepsteaders YouTube channel link.
Yep. And if you want to learn how to make pemmican, ghee, all that kind of stuff, she has excellent videos teaching you how to do it.
And
It's slow. There it is.
there's her channel. right there. And then she has for playlists. Quick look at her playlist. She's got a bunch of different type playlists for different things: victory gardening, courage, foraging favorites, learning from the past. Ooh, music for today for days of preparation. Ooh, how to grow in the dark by morning light, wisdom skill, survival skills, animals. Yeah, she's got a bunch of them there.
Yep, she is extremely knowledgeable. She is a prepper. She's a God-fearing Christian, and she's smart.
Yeah.
So if for information like supplements and stuff like that, check her out, or go check out our good old friend. Oh gee, what's his name? I can't think of it now. He's from Canada.
Howie,
Yep.
Food Forest Permaculture.
I was just
Howard Jones.
Yep. And one other person you can check out is the Green Wizard. He also has some pretty good information as well.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different channels y'all can go check out for supplements and stuff like that.
And if those that are still here, if you want to, if you're looking for growing your own garden, I'm going to switch things here on you, Dave. This is the seed swap and giveaway going on right now over at Wide Family Farm. That's WHYDE. And they're swapping different seeds around and doing stuff right now.
So if you need seeds, get y'all booties on over there. We're going to shut this one down because we're at an hour.
All right.
So for the 4 that are still here, thank you very much.
And
for
let me
sticking around.
throw, and there is the second link I just threw in there is Wide Family Farms seed giveaway right now.
Did you put that on ours or hers?
I put that on ours, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's playing catch up on the delay there. Yes, so it's on ours.
Okay. So go check her out. There it is. Because I'll be going over there here in a minute myself.
Yeah. All righty.
Oh, wow. Look at the mirror effect there.
Yeah, it's going down.
Deeper and deeper and deeper into.
We're going deeper. We're going down the rabbit hole.
All right. That's enough rabbit hole for me. Anyhow, thanks for you guys for sticking around. Appreciate it. Like I said, sometime probably Monday of next week, I'll have a full video on the app that I use called Lose It. That way you guys can check it out and see if you want to join it. It'll make calorie counting properly a lot easier than just trying to figure out this says 280 calories. I'm not going to eat that today. And,
Yeah.
it's a better way to monitor. So with that being said, Gills, next one will be 10 o'clock Eastern on Friday evening.
Yeah.
So make sure you jump over there and join Camp Pat and Family Compound for its Friday evening live stream.
And it's going to be the topic is what's your focus for prepping? And basically, we're going to kind of, if someone's doing the I am focused this way for prepping, try to open up your mind to say, all right, you don't just do food, you don't just do clothing, you don't just do firearms. You need to have a balanced look at it.
So with that being said, I'll see y'all in my next video. And next Wednesday will be another live stream. I don't know what the topic is, but we'll find something. Well, until then, God bless y'all. Take care. Be safe.